it's time for the top 10 Marvel Legends of my choice. These are the runner-ups. So we got Doc Ock here, which came out this year. We also got Mysterio either this year or last year. And I didn't, this is some of my Sinister Six. I still need to get Vulture, for comic book based. Gimli Cyclops, Walgreens exclusive Human Torch, and Ghost Rider with his motorcycle. I'm just going to explain a little bit of the rules of how I want to do it, of my top 10 Marvel Legends this year. Is the articulation, the look, if it's of how it based on the comic books or movie verse, accessories, and yeah. So let me just do a quick, these are just the runner-ups. These are not my top 10. So real fast, Doc Ock. Of course, you've seen everybody talk about Doc Ock. One of, amazing articulation. But it's just his robotic claws, and it's not bendy. It's just always going to stay like the C shape and the S shape claws. And I know there's a lot of customizers out there who say, can't remember on the top of my head of a few, but there's some of where you have bendable. Like the lights at Dollar Tree, just remove the lights and then put it on here, and it's just a ball joint here, and you can just stick it on there, and there you go. There you can also use the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Doc Ock and put the claws on him, and yeah. But overall, I still like that we got a Doc Ock. The other amazing part, which they don't have to do, is you can kind of see they painted his eyes, and then you can kind of, these are glued on, so you can kind of see, if Spider-Man punched him, kind of like this, you can bend it in sort of a way for just a little bit. Also, you can move it down. Oh no, sad Doc Ock. But, yeah, so that's one. The second one is Mysterio. I messed around a lot with Mysterio. I like his little accessories that he has with him, but I like the great posing he can do. The other cool thing is what we have not seen is, now I heard, because I got mine, my whole wave at Target, and for the lizard bath. And there's a green one and a white one, and I heard the white one's rare. I'm probably wrong on this, but I don't know. But the amount of detail, I don't know if my camera's catching this, is like the squid arm, the skull. Compared to Ghost Rider, it doesn't even look like the same sculpt. Here, let me grab one real fast. It doesn't even look like the same sculpt. Let me zoom in a wee bit. Yeah, it doesn't even look like the same sculpt in my opinion. But, yeah, I just like posing around with Mysterio. I like, taking pictures with him. Just use cotton balls as, little effects and stuff. And use my lights for green effects. One of the things I could have wished is different types of hands. I would another pair of these and another pair of these, just open hands and then kind of crunched hands. And I would if you remember from the old Spider-Man comics, also from the cartoon, those little hologram cubes, probably they can use the cube from Loki's Tesseract, make it white mystic, kind of like this color. That would be awesome, so he can hold it, because he kind of looks like he could hold one. But yeah, and also one last thing, the detail on the cape I love. Also, yeah, it looks really awesome. Anyway, let's continue on. I'm not going to do these figs because these already have reviews on them, and I still love them nonetheless. My favorite team is Sinister Six. So until I get the Spider-Man and Vulture 2-pack, then I will do a Sinister Six review on them. Gimli Cyclops. I am a huge fan of the 90s X-Men. I watch the cartoon, I read the comic books, and when I heard Gimli Cyclops is going to come around, I was really excited. I looked at some of the promo pics, and I heard a lot about it. And I know he's kind of a old figure. He came from the Warlock wave, but I just like him in my opinion. Yeah, it's reused the Bucky cap mold, but I like how they did his hair, the little visor, and I've seen some customizers use like a laser effect in here. He didn't come with any accessories. He just came with the Build-A-Figure piece, and that was about it. I would like probably a different hand, like kind of ish grabbing hand, and probably a different face sculpt of him yelling. That would be awesome. I like how you have his I would call it a finger visor of him touching his visor and then laser beam. Yeah, but I just like the figure. Only gripe is these keep falling off. Like, I wouldn't do anything and I would be just posing it and it would just pop off. It's easy to pop off. I get why they do it, but they could have just glued it and have it kind of like this. Because I've seen some, I don't know, like what figure? Shoot, I forgot. But like here, let me just use Ghost Rider. Like for here, where his boots are, they could have put a articulation here. Same with here. Yes, they added a swivel, but they also added this belt thing. But still love the figure. Still like the X-Men. So that's one of the other runner-ups. The other one is the Walgreens exclusive Human Torch. He came with four different. No, I'm really tired. Okay, so it comes with two different flame. Well, they're not really different, like flames, flame effects. So you can put it on his fist, or you can. I just use some sticky tack, put it on his hand to do like this fire effect. It is using the Bucky cap mold, which again we're all okay with that, and some we're not okay with. My only gripe is the new-ish sculpt of it. I like the flame effects and everything, but when I have my Iceman, okay. It was the Juggernaut wave, and I was just posing him around, and his leg broke. And I was very afraid when I saw this. Oh no, it's the clear piece, but I still like the two. And I kind of like how it shows fire and ice, so, but, like, I don't know if you can kind of see it, of the crack. But it's like right here. I know that's a seam, but there's one right next to it, and it goes all the way across his leg. And I had to fix it very carefully. And I was looking at my Human Torch, and I was like, oh, please don't break on me. But I still like the figure, because with this one, we have, like, real fast, Iceman has, like, some ice sculpts. With Human Torch, we have some flame effects, and this flame here on his head, and also the attachable piece here. They're almost, I wouldn't say they're almost the same, but this is kind of the same idea. My only gripe is, I like how the Human Torch came with flame effects, but it would be awesome if Iceman had some ice effects. So probably like do a flame effect, but more kind of like a sculpt on his head, kind of ice effect. But yeah, I still like it nonetheless. And the last one is Ghost Rider and his motorcycle. When I was I like this because one, it didn't come with any accessories. Well, it came with one. It came with his fire whip, so I like how they have that. The other one is you can remove all the fire pieces that are on it, and you can also remove the front to make just a regular bike. So just going to show the front because the back is kind of weird. It would have been nice if we had interchangeable wheels, so we can have just a Liger motorcycle and then change it into Ghost Rider's motorcycle. I don't know if they're going to call this the Rider's Wave, because when Toy Biz came out, they had the Marvel Legends Rider's Wave, and it would come with motorcycles, so like Ghost Rider and his motorcycle, and Logan with his motorcycle, and I think, yeah, Professor X had his chair. I think I'm wrong on that, but I don't know. But I like the detail they did with the motorcycle. This is not the Bucky Cap mold, and I like the flame effect they did with the inside here. The other, I think it was green. I'm probably wrong on this. Green Goblin Wave Build-A-Figure. I couldn't get Ghost Rider. No, it was the Rhino Build-A-Figure. There we go. Because I was looking all over for Rhino, and I still couldn't find one, even on eBay, because Ghost Rider was so expensive, and I just needed that particular Build-A-Figure piece, and they wouldn't have one unless you had Ghost Rider. And I wasn't really going to pay. Last one I took a look, it was like $150 for just the Rhino Build-A-Figure, and I was like, never mind, I'm not going to build it. After all, it would be nice, but still, no. Yeah, I just like the little flame effect, and it's different from the Human Torch one. So, yep. And also you can, remove, I'm just going to take off one because you can use, like, if you take pictures like me, these would come in great use with just a flame effect, because I try to get the Bandai Tamashii Nation flame effects, and there are 74 now, and I still wouldn't buy it because it's expensive. It would be nice if they restocked on it a little bit. Also, like the little speedometer, the little gas. I don't know why there's a magnet here. Well, I don't think it's a magnet. It kind of looks like a magnet, but it's not a sticker or anything. It's actual metal on it. But yeah, I like the whole motorcycle. I'm not going to get the Black Widow motorcycle. It doesn't look as nice than the Ghost Rider. I'll probably get the Logan motorcycle, but the only problem is like, it's a different Logan, but it's basically a repaint of this motorcycle. So, yeah. But those are the runner-ups for my top 10 Marvel Legends. So let's go on to number 10. At the number 10 spot, we have the Build-A-Figure Lizard. I like the figure. There could be another articulation here, because he can only, and I like how, it was the first time Hasbro has ever put a toe articulation with a Marvel Legends figure, as a Build-A-Figure wise. And I like how he can kind of stand up a little bit, but it's also nice to have his tail to kind of help with posing. The other thing is I like the sculpt of it, of like the great detail as with his tail, his feet, his ripped jacket, and as his lizard face. My only problem is he looks too much like, oh shoot, it was a Velociraptor. I would say he looks like a Velociraptor. If he didn't have his tail, he looks like a Velociraptor. But I still like it. I like how they did his throat and his chest and like a ripped t-shirt and lab coat. And I like how it has this, I wouldn't say it's dry brushing, but like a very light brown. And you can get him in a lot of poses. It is just kind of hard to make him stand. Another issue is his tongue. I know you can you can use some hot, no, it wasn't hot glue, it was, yeah, you can just remove it with a hairdryer, and you can remove it easily, but it would have been nice to, because it's easy to take off his head and then just change it. But yeah, that's at my number 10 spot. At the number 9 spot, we have Carnage from the Monster Venom wave. I never had a Carnage. I know there was a Carnage with Goblin wave, but I was like really excited. Oh yeah, I finally get a Carnage for my Spider-Man DTOF area. I like how they have, so he has a few different hands. One of them is this huge, it's not a scythe, but kind of like an axe-ish. And I like how it shows he kind of made it, like all the tendrils are oozing into it, and I like how he adds this part, like if he was swinging it. The other one is all these tentacles I like, but sometimes get in the way of posability. You can remove the back part, but it kind of looks weird with just all these miscellaneous tendrils. One of the main reasons I'm going to take his head off is, again, like I said, with one of the reasons of my top 10 is comic book accuracy. I really like this head sculpt. Almost everyone has been saying that, but it is a very good sculpt. Just it looks like a psycho, which in the comic books, if you read, he basically is a psycho. You can get him in a lot of poses. If you haven't seen my Venom and Carnage video, check that out. There's a lot of different ideas to pose Carnage, and when I also have the monster, Venom, the regular Venom from Absorbing Man, and also the new one. I figured it was going to be a repaint, but it only came with 2 accessories, and that was it, which is the little tendrils and his different head sculpt without the tongue. But yep, that's Carnage. At the number 8 spot, we have the Netflix Punisher, but I customized it to my own, because I don't have a comic book Punisher. So what I used is Spider-Noir's trench coat, and I used the body of the Netflix Punisher. The gun came with Netflix Punisher. The head came with the Walgreens exclusive comic book Punisher, but it was more like I wouldn't say Warzone Punisher, but I like the look of it with his regular Punisher suit. This gun came with the Mafex or Mafex Deadshot. My Deadshot broke. I was just posing it, just got it out of the box, and the wrist of it broke off. And it was really disappointing, because I thought it would be like the same different peg with SH Figure Arts, but it looked more thin. I'm very tempted of getting the Mafex Bane, because I don't want the peg to break, because that's one of the reasons why I don't really buy Mafex, because the only Mafex I have is Deadshot, and I just didn't write the hand peg. But anyway, this is my custom Punisher. I like how you compose it. I didn't like this, the other coat that Netflix Punisher had, but I like the body sculpt of it, because it was a new sculpt, and also because of the detail with the boots, and there's also basically more articulation with the figure, and the new wave that's coming out, like the second wave of Black Panther. There's Killmonger, like technical Killmonger. It's the same body mold, just with different head, hands, kind of a new detail body. But I think just the bottom half, where it has his boots and his pants, are the same. So, but yeah, that is my custom Punisher.
Who is this man? The one the leader is so afraid of.
His name is Cable, an American apparently. He was a mercenary in the leader's army, until he found out the leader wasn't the champion of democracy he claimed to be. We're not sure, but we suspect he's a mutant. So he threw his wages back in the leader's face and took to the hills to start a revolution.
Cable lives by his code, but he will not live long. Have you ever been to Switzerland, Mr. Hodge? Thought you were gonna bring democracy to Genosha. I don't mind being wrong, as long as I can correct my mistakes.
At the number 7 spot, we have the Terminator. Just kidding, it was 90s Cable. The other Cable we got, I kind of liked, but this Cable was the best because it looked just like the comic book and also the cartoon. I do not remember him ever having a 6-shot shooter or this tiny small shotgun pistol. All I remember was this big boy, this big cannon he always had. He also had, I think it was a type of grenade thing, to trap some of the mutants, like bad mutants. I like the articulation of it. I also like, his left eye. Let's see if I can move the camera a little bit more. Okay. I like how it has the little left eye in his communicator. Only like the only two things, just two. You can't put this anywhere. If you can put this guy in the back, because he has a hole here and a peg there, so it can fit on there. The dual shotgun can put in here. Nowhere to put this, so he can't really just go ta-da. It looks weird, so I just keep that on him, or I will put it in the accessory bag. But the other one is the choice of hand they gave him, which was this big grab hand for the big gun. I would like different hands, like a trigger hand for this hand, because he usually uses his left, and probably more of a kind of more of a grabbing hand. After all, this does fit. It does fit perfectly for the front. You can also, there's a hole in here for a little blast for, like, say if you have one of the Iron Mans, you can stick one of his not blast effect, just his thing. I forgot what it's called. But you can put it through here, look, gunshot, well, let's just say gunshot, and but I also like the beefiness on the top. They nailed this type of, I would just call it a pack. Also, I like his, I would say floaty, because it kind of looks like it. Plus, I like the 90s X-Men, so it looks really nice. Very easy to stand, very fun figure to pose. Let's continue on. At the number 6 spot, we have Bulleye. For the Man Thing Build-A-Figure wave. A lot of people have been saying they love the figure. One, the amazing articulation with the butterfly joints. Accessory-wise, they keep having, well, not always, but they've been having this type of pistol and this type of knife. My own problem is white hands and black hilt and, well, handle, and it's been scraping on it. Let me just remove, and you can see some of the scratches I've been giving it. The other part is this buckle here. You can't make his leg move up more because his gun, where he can holster it, is like that. It would be nice if this can be removed, this on its own, and I would be really happy. I would also be happy if it came with a, well, one of the other things I'm happy with this is because of the gotcha Bullseye. Also came with a different head for the Dark Avengers, where he's unmaxed and is in the Hawkeye comic book Hawkeye costume. It would be nice if it came with a sniper gun, kind of more weapons, different weapons. Has the butterfly joints, also pointed toes for good posing, but still like the figure nonetheless. Let's continue on. At the number 5 spot, we have 90s Deadpool. The other Deadpool, I would say it, again, almost looks like the movie-verse Deadpool. So, but I still put it with my X-Men. I like this because, one, amazing articulation. You have the butterfly joints. Nothing's hindering articulation in the legs, just like the Bullseye figure I just showed. Comes with the kind of two-ish, smallish katanas. I like the expression on his face too. Like, you can get him in any pose, and it would I also like the little tiny Deadpool buckle. And yeah, this whole figure just looks like the 90s X-Men Deadpool. I'll show some pics while I'm talking about the figure, but I just like the whole thing. You can get him in a lot of poses. I took some pictures of Deadpool riding Godzilla, Deadpool doing a explosion, doing kind of like a rocket jump almost. Trying to remember if there was another one. I had his little pouch here as like a crown. So the pose you just saw, but picture him with the crown. I might actually take this off so you guys can see how funny it is. But he's your king now. So, oh, it kind of looks like the Lion King, almost. But, yep. There we go, now I can stand. Yep. And let's continue on. At the number 4 spot, we have Wolverine. I am planning on getting the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. It looks really awesome. It looks like the 90s Wolverine. This Wolverine's from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. I don't like his claws because you can just go like this. Oh, wait, it's actually probably on these claws. but it looks more inward, like becoming one point when I'm going like this, and then it becomes inward, not more outward, like in, well, not this much outward, probably like kind of almost like this outward. I like getting him into certain poses, like he's coming after you, he's mad at you, you stole his drink, now he's coming after you. The only I like the head sculpt, but it would be nice if they had a different one. I know there's a lot of Wolverines to for you to get, and I think you can just switch the head, but it would still be nice if we just had another head with this figure, because the only accessories he came with was these just a plain hand and the claw hand, and that was about it, and the Build-A-Figure piece. But I still like the figure because this is my only Wolverine, well, other than my old man Logan, but he doesn't have his claws on. But yep, let's continue on. At the number 3 spot, we have Spider-Punk. Quick question. Name the pose that I'm doing. I'll give you a hint. AC/DC. I like this figure a lot. 1, kind of a huge fan of Spider-Punk. 2, you can get him in a lot of famous guitar people, different poses, like this particular person from AC/DC. Put in the comments below of who do you think it is. I won't say anything, but I like there's no sticky attack here at all, just like a pose. He is also comes with a guitar, as you can see, and a tiny pick. I'm going to remove this awesome pose. It comes with a tiny pick, and it's a different color, and there's no paint smudges around his hand at all, or fingers, better yet. I actually kind of like this, like he's coming for you with a guitar pick. Let me remove the guitar so you can see other things. On the back, you have his band, you have this awesome spikes with the guitar. You have the strings, a little strap here, and I don't know if mine is broke or not, but it almost looks like you can rotate it and everything. The tuners, awesome strings. I just don't like it how it's just all white, and then you have the blue parts, and then on the back you kind of have the back, but I still don't like how this is all white. I know a few people, like customizers, or I think it was McFarland who did a customize. No, it wasn't customized. It was Kiss figures, and you can change the guitars. I saw a YouTuber done it. But anyway, I like his little sneakers, nice shoelaces. I like the kind of little buttons he has on here, the little tiny spikes. Nice face sculpt, barely any scratches or paint defects or anything. I like his guitar holding hand, and of course you can fit it anywhere on it, so he's just going like that. But yes, you can get him in a lot of different poses. It also comes with a kind of a rock out spine, this hand. Yes, that hand. Not the spider, not the flipping hand, the rock out hand. But you can get him in a lot of cool poses, like he's screeching down and starts playing. But yeah, amazing figure. That's the number 3 spot. And what is the number 2? Quick, try to guess it. Okay. Who do you think at the number 2 spot is? It's a thing. It's actually a thing. Oh, I love this figure. I loved it a lot. I actually thought from the promo pics and from what I've been seeing at San Diego Comic-Con, I thought this was all just going to be paint, but not hand sculpted. Let me say that again. Hand sculpted. Like, wow, you can actually feel the rocks on his chest, his arms. It looks really nice. His headpiece. Also, the articulation is also amazing for just a big dude. Like, you can get him walking or anything. Only downside, I want double jointed arms or butterfly jointed arms. Probably not butterfly jointed, like probably something, but still, I love the figure nonetheless. This is why he's at my number 2 spot. Great. It would be awesome if he come with a cape. Well, not a cape, like a trench coat for when he was going and hiding and trying to find his lover and going to the diner, and he was in a trench coat, and it would also do have a kind of a hat, like with the Toy Biz one. It came with one where it's just all a leathery coat and everything. The 2 accessories, it comes with open grabbing hands and mad face. The other one is like this kind of calm but still mad face. But yeah, hand sculpted rock, and this is just amazing figure overall. So let's see what the number 1 spot is. At the number 1 spot, we have Macy, the kitty. Say hi, Mace. She's actually staying. I thought she was going to run off. You're a good kitty. But the number 1 spot is Black Panther. Aww. Alright, go play. Mwah. Love you. Alright, number 1 spot, Black Panther. Just going to move my camera down so you can see. The reason why I have him in this pose is the new body they used for it. The new sculpt. Like, here, let me use the Cyclops. So with to articulation, it goes that much. And with Black Panther, it goes all the way here. So, like, if he was in the tree, like, kind of like so, there you go. It would be really nice if they continued with that. I am thinking about getting the Killmonger figure. I had it for a while, and then I had to return it because it came with a 2-pack. I don't know what reason. This is weird. I went on eBay, and it had the Black Panther and Killmonger wave. Well, just the 2 figures. So I had to order another Black Panther. So his eye was missing. And here's another weird part. From here to here, half of his body was not painted at all. No paint whatsoever. But his leg and foot was. Just this part, half of it was not painted. Hilarious. And then with Killmonger, it was his the butterfly joints, and they were just popped off. I didn't know what. So I go, oh, it's probably a bootleg or something. So I just got Black Panther on Walmart for $10. It was on a sale. And I'm thinking about getting Killmonger, or better yet, go to Target and get the Everett Ross and Killmonger, because there's a sale going on, and I've been hearing a lot with the Avengers sets that they're going half off. So I should probably get on it. Plus, I already showed you guys the throne that I did. Actually, I don't think I posted it yet. But this is Snoke's throne. And if you pose it correctly, you can get him sitting on the throne. I'm just kind of putting that here. And because I saw it was Sharmus Prime's video of a custom throne, and I kind of liked it. Well, not kind of, I really liked it because it was a Condon throne. But yeah, very nice. And I should probably get some Black Panther or better yet, Wakandan shoulders here, just kind of lined up, and kind of protecting the king. And that's why I made the temple dial, because it looks really nice with it. So I'll probably either show a clip or something. I also made these little tiny trees. It's not to a diorama, but with just kind of, if you have it in the background, it looks nice. So, yep, that's at my number 1 spot. And thank you for tuning in. Probably tomorrow or on my birthday. I don't know. But I will be showing my top 10 action figures of 2018. And tonight, I hope you have a wonderful new year. And actually, I'll probably, since it's almost the new year, I'll probably do it today, because I'm waiting for a certain figure to come, because I've been waiting for it to come from Big Bad Toy Store, but it's been taking really a long time to, and I'm just going to do it without, because it's the same body as it, but yeah, so same body sculpt, but just wanted the figure for the little picture thing I was going to do for 2018. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for this wonderful year. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, everything you've been doing. Have a wonderful 2018. Happy New Year. And